It is He who made you successful in the earth, raised some of you above ranks in others to test you through what He gives you. Now this raising in ranks, of course, is spiritual, and of course, how we treat one another. It's not about just money and being a celebrity, as it were. The earth belongs to God. We're reminded who actually is the owner of this place, not us. We're given, as it were, given the earth to us in a temporary manner. He gives it as inheritance to whichever of His servant He chooses. We're being reminded that Allah will give us, wealth and the way He chooses. And the happy future belongs to those who are mindful. I.e., you will have ladies and gentlemen, we will have a stress-free life if we are mindful of God or conscious of God. And then, I think the concept of trustee has been covered already. Just wanted to tell you this as a lawyer. I love the law, and of course, trusteeship in Islam, when something is given as a trust, it's given as a trust in perpetuity until the end of time. You can't take it away. Whether in other systems of law, of course, you can convert it as and so forth. And then the next concept, which is quite fundamental, riba and interest, but I think riba is beyond this interest usually. Sister Harifa put this in. I'm not sure what that slide is trying to show. Please do ponder on it. O you who believe, beware of Allah, give up any outstanding dues from usury. If you're true believers, if you do not, then we warn or fall from God and His Messenger. Muslims actually really do not like usury, and I don't think I have to go into any great detail as to our current financial, economic situation, because things are built, debt is built up on debt, and it has had a very, very destructive consequence on our living standards. And taste. Next slide talks about the taste and not. I've read it, and I think the verse will make it clear why it's entitled taste. Corruption has appeared on land and sea as a result of people's action. He will make them taste the consequences of some of their own actions, so they may turn back. Here, I think this is a very easy verse to understand. There is no need or requirement for a lot of explanation. But we are being reminded as human beings, corruption of facade and so forth, the chaos that appears on the earth, is as a result of our actions, ladies and gentlemen. And we will face the consequences of our actions. And we need to turn back from the way we are doing things. I'm not here to stress you, ladies and gentlemen, but all I'm saying is let's try and change our individual behaviors to be more circumspect in terms of how much water we use, and let's take out wastage out of our lives. And then Sister Harifa, the problems. Very nicely, Sister Harifa has put down 1 million species. Million species face extinction in 41 years. Maybe including humans, Sister Harifa asks. Maybe we will become extinct, and maybe a new variety of Martians will come into the Earth. Loss of habitats, and then it goes on to climate change, pollution by waste, unsustainable exploitation, greenhouse emissions, fossil fuels, solar events, failure to recycle. And then human poverty, unsustainable exploitation, greed. Yes, we are very greedy as human beings, and fortunately, debt slavery. Britons, ladies and gentlemen, have the highest amount of credit card debt in the entire Western world. I don't think it's very easy to live with debt. It must be very stressful for those who have huge amounts of debt. All of these areas, I would be grateful if we could think about how collectively or individually we can affect some of these areas. Then the next slide, and it's coming to an end very practically. Sister Harifa has put 11 points that we can do. Pray to God, because sometimes we forget to pray and make supplication. Those of us who believe in God carry out His commands. Believe that only Allah can restore the balance in spite of us and our efforts. We need to educate ourselves and others. We need to reduce excess consumption of recycled waste, share surpluses, support environmentally friendly companies, even if they happen to be a little bit more expensive. Boycott destructive companies and technologies, educate companies, invent and promote new environmentally friendly technologies. And this is a growth area where any one of you can get involved in new technology. Not only will it be good for the environment, but it will be good for your pocket as well. Lobby governments, we all are involved in doing that, support environmental pressure groups, like IFIS and others, and start local agreement projects, groups do that for us. I want to end on the next slide. Sister Arifa, if you have the next one, where IFIS, which is an organization which has been actually Professor Fazl Khaled and Sister Arifa are part of that. They are pioneers. We, Eco Muslim, have come 20 years later, but they are our teachers and pioneers in terms of the work that they've started on this. And I would very much ask people to note the website and go and visit it and take part in the work and so forth they do. I think I have kept my